Sylvia Syms has spent 35, sometimes stormy years in show business as an actress and what the critics call a singer's singer. And she's emerged from it all with two of the rarest qualities in show business: enormous dignity and plain good taste. The critics love her as much as the audiences do because her voice, like Sylvia herself, is full of life and compassion with more than a tint of good humor. But you'll see that in just a moment. Please join me now in welcoming Sylvia Syms.
They all laughed at Christopher Columbus when he said the world was round. They all laughed when Edison recorded sound. They all laughed at Wilbur and his brother when they said that man could fly. They thought Marconi's wireless was a phony. It's the same old cry. They laughed at me, wanting you. Said I was reaching for the moon. But oh, you came through. Now they'll have to change their tune. They all said we'd never get together. They laughed at us and how. But oh, 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 who's got the last laugh now? They all laughed at Rockefeller Center. Now they're fighting to get in. They all laughed at Whitney and his cotton gin. They all laughed at Fulton and his steamboat, Hershey and his chocolate bar. Ford and his Lizzie kept the laughers busy. That's how people are. They laughed at me, wanting you. Said it would be hello, goodbye. But oh, you came through. Now they're eating humble pie. They all said we never could be happy. Baby, let's take a bow. But oh, 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 who's got the last laugh? Ha, ha, ha. Let all the past laugh. Hee, hee, hee. Who's got the last laugh now? Who's got the last laugh now? Ha, ha.
You want to drop that, and I'll just
Okay.
stroll right over
Certainly,
here
absolutely.
to a comfortable area. And
Whither
chat.
thou goest.
Go ahead. Why don't you sit in the far chair?
Thank
I'll
you.
sit here.
All right.
We'll just see where we go from here. When was the last time we were together on a program?
We did the Today Show, Hugh, I think the last time, but I've been watching you. I've had my eye on you. And
I'm glad of that.
yeah, and I must say that you look absolutely incredible. It's a real joy to see you
I
again.
swear, folks, I didn't ask her
No,
or pay
you
her to
did
say
not.
that. No.
I volunteer it gladly and happily. It's so nice to see. I knew that you were in Phoenix, in Arizona, and I've been watching the things that you've done, and from time to time those wonderful deep sea things that you did, and now here you are.
Now, I've got to point out, this is characteristic of this lady, because your taste and your integrity has always been important enough to you to be, one, kind to other people, which you've just been, two, to not go for the widest possible mass audience. And I don't mean that you're a snob, because many types of people love to hear you sing. But you never strove to become what they call a superstar in just the numbers game.
Yep.
Now, how has that affected you? Have you ever
I don't
wished
know. In the beginning, I was very unhappy about it, and now I've grown to realize that being a superstar would hardly have been what I could cope with. I couldn't handle it. I really couldn't, Hugh. I think my longevity is due to the fact that I wasn't a superstar. I don't think I could live with having to produce every single day of my life and say, okay, what have I done for you lately?
And that's what a superstar faces.
Oh, sure, every day.
It's very easy to fall
insecurity
for.
of it, of course, the insecurity of it.
I have been, in my 56 years on this earth nearly, I've been working since I'm 15 years of age with very little time off except for a few illnesses here and there, but I've managed to survive, and I think the reason is the fact that I have not really been punching toward that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And of course you update your repertoire and everything, but you also do things for songs that have been around 20, 30, sometimes
well, those are the
half
songs,
a century.
Those are the songs I bit my bicuspids on.
Yeah.
Naturally, those are the songs I learned first. But incredibly, here I am at this time in my life with a contemporary album for A&M Records, in which most of the songs is a fusion on the album. Most of the songs on it are a combination of the contemporary things with young men like Peter Frampton playing guitar on the album, so you can imagine how contemporary that is.
Sure.
And still some wonderful things like Teach Me Tonight and Sweet Georgia Brown and all of those things. And it's kind of wonderful how that got together, and it's a fantastic album I'm very proud of.
You provide a real variety. In
Yes, but now I'm going to be working on a new thing, a whole new experience. I am, at this time, doing a show in New York City called Sylvia Syms Celebrates Fred Astaire. And it will be a conglomerate of the things that he has done through the years, in film, from Flying Down to Rio to Finian's Rainbow. And that will be recorded as a 2-record album on A&M Records.
Oh, look forward to that.
Yeah,
that
I'm very happy about that.
You have, on the personal level, you've had, like many people, you've had some storm and drought in your life.
I sure have. I had a portion of my lung removed, and my spleen, and a part of my little tiny tummy, my little bitty baby tummy. And I've had a lot of these traumas, but I haven't allowed them to keep me down beyond the point of getting better and getting out and back to it.
That's what you want to do. Would you ever consider retiring in any way or slowing up? I know what your career means to you.
I would have to eventually, I'm sure.
Are there other things that you have taken an interest in that you might turn to?
Yes, I'm very involved with young people. I love them very much, and I think if I had to retire, that for a kick, for a happy thing to do, I think I would like to get involved with the teaching of the arts to young people.
Oh, yes.
I think that's a lost art. I think the young people who teach each other now did not have the benefit of the great lessons that I learned as a street kid learning my craft. I never went to school and learned professionally. I had great formal education, but no musical education at all.
You've been very successful, but is there anything that you have, and will continue to be, is there anything that you might like to have done that you didn't do? Any ambitions unfulfilled?
Yes. It's a wild ambition. There are two things I wish I could have been. I would love to have been a ballerina.
Really?
More than anything on this earth, I would love to have been a ballerina, but never in my life could that have happened, because what you see before you now is the culmination of what I looked like when I was born. When I was a little girl, when I was a teenager, I was always a chubby little girl who grew into a little chubbier teenager, into a rather large lady, who is quite happy being so. And I've always wanted to be an opera singer, but never had the formal training. Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think
that might
that's
easily
the
have
greatest.
been.
No.
Except you wouldn't have reached as many people as you now do, really.
Well, the wonderful thing about what I do, the wonderful thing about the medium of communication is that we do reach people. And you see, that word communication is, to me, the one word that is ignored and is so totally important in what happens. To communicate means to relate. And as long as I'm able to relate to other human beings, then I've got it made. How long? I can go on forever, as long as there are people who care about me and know that I care about them.
Well, they're going to be there, so you will go on forever. We look forward to the new album. Good luck on the new show. Is called
Sylvia Syms Celebrates Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire.
Right.
And thank you so much for being with us.
Thank
Sylvia
you, my
Syms.
pleasure.